Hey, you guys! Look what I found!
Hey guys, welcome to another killer Top 13 countdown here on the Friday the 13th network. Today, we're counting down the top 13 Friday the 13th outros, or jump scares. You know, that one last good scare that had you leaving the theater still feeling a little uneasy? We recently asked you guys in another video of ours which one scared you the most and was your favorite. After comparing the results, we have our list of the top 13 Friday the 13th outros. Let's get started.
13.
As with most of our list, number 13 is usually a wild card. With there only being 12 films, we'd like to include the recent video game, and this time is no different. The Friday the 13th video game offers a solid outro, satisfying for any Jason fan, as we see Jason return back to his shack after the match is completed. Now, I always loved how we got to see different Jasons enter the shack, so props to the video game, because I always wanted to see Jason Goes to Hell in that shack.
12.
Does Part 7 even have a jump scare? What was the big ending in this film anyways? Originally, it had Jason popping out of the water and grabbing a fisherman in this deleted scene, but now it's just Tina and Nick, wheeled away on stretchers and faded out. Like, wow, that's horrible. Unless, of course, you want to include Tina's dad as being the big final scare, but... yeah, okay, well, Part 7, The New Blood, starts off the countdown. Pretty shitty.
11.
We go from no final jump scare to this crap. Again, in Jason Takes Manhattan, no real final jump scare, and we're left with this horrible ending of Jason Voorhees drenched in toxic waste and transformed back to his younger self. Now, a lot of people hate this ending, and it's easy to see why. I always took it as Rennie kind of imagined or hallucinated the whole transformation part, like she had been doing the whole film. Jason Takes Manhattan, again with no final jump scare. We're not getting off to a very good start here, guys.
10.
Part 5, A New Beginning, and Roy Burns don't have too many fans, and apparently the ending doesn't either. From the reveal of Roy being the killer and not Jason, to the hospital with Pam and Tommy, where we, or I should say Pam, is tricked to thinking that Tommy jumped from the window. The door closes, and behind it is Tommy wearing the hockey mask, stealing a page from Part 4's ending and leading us to believe that Tommy will continue as the killer. Not very original.
9.
What's not to love about Jason, a Marine in a spacesuit, falling from outer space into the Earth's atmosphere and crash landing into Crystal Lake? At least, I think it was Crystal Lake. I'm not really sure. It's Earth 2, and I'm confused. But the final shot of the film is a half burnt up Uber Jason mask falling to the lake bottom. I absolutely love this shot. They don't really have to say anything or do much more. We already know Jason is still out there.
8.
The 2009 Don't Call It a Reboot Friday the 13th saw one last scare with Jason popping out of the water and grabbing final girl Whitney. Guess she's not the final girl and didn't survive. Now, it's a good final scare, and we really can't knock it. Nah, not at all. Compared to the ones that came before it on this countdown, it's awesome. It's a great final scare, just maybe a little predictable.
7.
Part 6, Jason Lives. One of the most popular films in the series, but the final scare really wasn't there. Or was it? After an epic showdown between Jason and Tommy, Jason is chained to the bottom of the lake, and that's where our final scene takes place. Jason at the bottom of the lake, eyes still open, watching and waiting. And Tommy didn't even kill him, So was the final scare that Jason was still alive? It's really more of eerie ending than scary. What do you guys think?
6,
Friday the 13th Part 3 has a classic jump scare ending. One that made absolutely no sense at all, and we love it. Mrs. Voorhees, head still intact, pops out of the water, grabbing our final girl, Chris. But why Mrs. Voorhees, and why does she have her head? We don't know, and we really don't care. It was awesome, and maybe a nice little nod to the original. We love this ending, just like the next entry on our countdown.
5,
This one scene has caused so many problems within the Friday community, it's crazy. Jason pops through the window, grabs Jenny. Simple enough, right? A good unexpected scare right at the end and a nice reveal of Jason's deformed face. Only in the very next scene, we see that Jenny is okay and asking about Paul, leading to one of the most asked about questions in Crystal Lake: what happened to Paul? A lot of fans also dismiss this scene because Jason's appearance changes so rapidly in the next film, making you think, did this even really happen? It's also notable that this scene featured Jason's stunt actor Warrington Gillette, who was actually credited as playing Jason throughout the entire film. And this has led to problems among the convention circuit, with Warrington autographing photos of Part 2 Jason actor Steve Dash, leaving Dash to actually sign his name the real Jason 2. Yeah, it's that serious, all over this one freaking scene, but it is awesome and we love it. 2003's Freddy vs. Jason was the fight we all wanted to see, and after an epic battle between the two, we watched Laurie chop off Freddy's head. So, who was the winner? The final scene would tell us as Jason emerged from the lake holding Freddy's head. I personally knew that Jason would win, but yeah, you know. Freddy then winks at you, reminding us all that this was just a Nightmare on Elm Street movie, but still an epic scene and a very nice ending to the film.
3,
The final chapter left everyone thinking Tommy Jarvis would be the next killer with its final scene, and judging by the amount of votes it got, I'd say you guys believed it. Something about that look while his head is shaved just must have been convincing. Maybe it was the battle between Tommy and Jason earlier that played into this, or even your guys' votes. But hey, Feldog's creepy look comes in at number 3. This was so close to number 1 as it was so unexpected at the time of the film's release, and it set up one of the most anticipated films. For over 10 years, Freddy's claw comes out of the ground and grabs Jason's hockey mask. Even cooler that Freddy's hand was played by Jason actor Kane Hodder. Now you can say whatever you want about Jason Goes to Hell as a film, it's definitely not one of the most popular in the series, we know, but the ending is undeniably one of the most amazing moments in any Friday the 13th or horror movie history.
1,
And of course, the number 1 jump scare and Friday the 13th ending is the original, the first, the best. Young Jason Voorhees, played by Ari Lehman, pops out of the lake, grabbing an unsuspecting Alice, Adrian King, from the canoe. Holy crap, no one saw it coming. Jason wasn't even real up until that point, and it set up an entire franchise. Without that one scene, we would not be sitting here today talking about Jason and Crystal Lake. It set the standard for all horror films and the basic formula for all future Friday films. You gotta have that final jump scare, and the original is clearly the best. Thanks for watching our top 13 countdown of the best Friday the 13th outros. How does our list match up against yours? Let us know in the comments, and be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any other Friday the 13th videos right here on the Friday the 13th Network.